can build a house in 3 days. You can build a house in 1 week. You can build a house in 1 month. We will bring the whole house and arrange it in your estate. Just give us the land. We'll come and arrange the house in less than 4 days. You will come there. 100 houses are there. Most of the time, people say, "Oh, my friend, my G, my girlfriend, hey, girlfriend." What is the useless relationship you are doing if your relationship cannot lead to prosperity? Anytime you are in business, anytime you are transacting with anybody, make sure your mind is already in court. Because that relationship that is starting out with laughter may end up with curses and bruises. Whether you are building in Banana Island or you are building on the mainland, the cost of cement is the same. In building, you can either build what we call carcass, then you have semi-finished, then you are finished, then you are furnished. In business, you win some, you lose some, because market forces are working against. Sometimes we think that customers will not pay more. They will pay more when they get value.
Hello everyone, welcome again to Ask the Guru, your tough questions on real estate edition. My name is Precious Ochiagha and this is the second part of this series. And we see your questions, we are checking the DMs and checking the comment sections. Please do not stop rolling in your questions in our comment section. So once again, we have the common sense guru, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. How are you doing today, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. It's nice to be back.
For those of you that are just joining us, this is the Ask the Guru, your real estate questions. So we take in your questions on real estate and we ask the common sense guru himself. And this is the second part. So if you've not watched the first part, please check our social media platform to keep up to speed. Sir, today, the questions that we are getting, people are taking your advice. They are moving forward. They want to invest into real estate. Some people have even, taking that step of getting a land, because you said a village today is a city tomorrow.
Yeah.
But now there's this question that caught my attention. So the person is saying, with the state of things in Nigeria, the current markets, so we have the inflationary pressure, the supply chains distribution affecting construction costs. So how do you manage the balance between maintaining profitability in your real estate and ensuring affordability for your prospective buyers or tenants?
Well, most of the time we hear things like affordable housing, and affordability is relative, because when you look at building construction, whether you are building, we're in Lagos now, so in Lagos today, maybe the expensive places would be like Ikoyi, Banana Island, and maybe the less expensive places would be somewhere on the mainland.
Yeah.
Whether you are building in Banana Island or you are building on the mainland, the cost of cement is the same.
True.
Iron rod is the same. Sharp sand, gravel is the same. So when you say affordable housing, it therefore means that really, how can you do affordable housing? You have to price your house relative to the cost, except somebody else is subsidizing it, which is possible. We can look into that. That's what I do as a consultant. We can tell government what to do and how to do it to make it work. Okay. But really, if you are a businessman, you can only sell with reference to how you build. The only thing you can now begin to do is to do what we call market segmentation. Because, for instance, in building, you can either build what we call carcass.
Okay.
Then you have semi-finished. Then you have finished. Then you have furnished. So if someone wants to buy, you can decide to just do a carcass and let them come and complete that themselves. Or you do a semi-finish and let them come and do the finishing by themselves. Because most of the time, what causes the price variation may be more of finishing than the basic carcass. Because what you need to do a carcass, apart from price of land, is almost the same thing. So if I'm building 3-bedroom in Ikeja, or I'm building 3-bedroom in Banana Island, the cost of the carcass will almost be the same, apart from land. Because I need the same number of blocks, the same number of cement, the same number of iron rod is the same. What now makes the difference is the cost of the land and then the finishing. So in a lower place, I may not want to do POP. I may not want to do bulletproof door. I may not want to do gold railings. I may not want to do golden tap. I may not want to do very imported finishing. But in the other side, I may want to say, okay, a door alone can be 15 million, one door. And somebody else can buy that same one door for 70,000. So at that finishing level, so people can actually buy a carcass or semi-finish and finish by themselves. So if you realize that you are having issues, give people those options so that they can choose which one they can afford. Because affordability is really a very, very sensitive and dicey and complex,
So
thing.
let's say, for example, I have an apartment, or I'm building these shortlets, and I've started and I've gotten to the carcass, stage of my building. And then, the way prices are going up and on, and probably I've already done publicity for it, and I've put a price tag. So now I think this is what this person is trying to ask. So once you've put that price tag and then you are going to the market, you want to finish building your house, prices have gone, they've tripled, they've doubled. So how do you manage that? How do you
count your losses on the one you have already sold and change the price for the one you are yet to sell to cover for what you have lost? I've been a practitioner of that, and I think you've been to one of our properties, the Demo apartment. When we started the Demo apartment last year, we started selling at 29 million. And as at then, we have gotten money from investors. We already knew how much we need to complete it. So every money we needed to complete the building was already available based on investor fund. We started selling. Between November last year and May this year, 2024. So between November 2023 and May 2024, the cost of that building has doubled.
Wow.
So those ones we have sold now, one unit now that we're selling for 39 million, for 29 million,
yeah.
We now need 39 million to complete it. So on those ones we have sold, we have lost 10 million.
Wow.
Now, the next one we are now selling, we are selling at 42 million. And those 42 million is for some unit, then after 42, we go to 49. To try to recover
that money,
the one we have lost. So that's the reality. So what I say to people is, in business, you win some, you lose some. Because market forces are working against us. So once you become a victim of market forces, on the ones you have sold, count your losses. On the ones you are yet to sell, re-strategize and change prices. Once you have now delivered, on the ones you have sold, you can seek for consideration. Sometimes we think that customers will not pay more. They will pay more when they get value. So like those people that bought at 29 now, I keep telling them when they say, can you see? We are enjoying, no problem. The day they complete pay, because they are also paying some mentally, and I can't change. Once they complete payments, they already know. Everybody is seeing the sign. They know. I'm not going to. When they complete the payments, and then they have gotten their allocation, they have come, the day we are giving them key to say, take your house, that key is coming with a letter.
On that day.
To say, now that you have gotten your house, you can see that we have delivered. To complete this building, it cost us so and so. We show them all the proofs. We are pleading that the difference between what you paid and what was used to complete it is 10 million. Can you please, let's do it 50-50. Pay us 5 million within the next 1 or 2 years. We are giving you time to pay. It's not we are pleading. That's the plan. So we are going to plead. And I believe every reasonable person, when they see what we have done, they will now say, because number one, we are pleading, not that they should pay the whole money, that they should do 50%. Number two, we are pleading that they should pay at their pace. We are not putting them under pressure. So with that, we believe that. So you can always do that. And I've done that in a few of our projects in the past. As I'm telling you now, 90% of the time, people have been considered. Only 10% of people say, forget it. That's your loss. You're a businessman. No problem. We can't do it. But I now know that kind of person, I won't do business with him again. Because it means that the person is also not someone that is, considerate of other people's losses.
So, in all these things that you have said, I just want to tell people that when you see a property, buy it.
Yeah.
Or at least key into it, because imagine those people that are buying for 29, somebody else is buying for 49 million naira, because you are thinking, I will buy later.
They will live in the same building.
Yes, now. Yeah, actually.
So how much you buy?
So even if you buy 49 million, even if they pay their 5 million naira, they are not even still paying close to what the other people are paying.
The people that pay 29, they have not finished paying,
Imagine.
That 29, they have been paying since some of them will finish paying later this year.
Wow.
But we can't change because they have started. Do you understand? So they are still paying. Oh, they never say they don't pay finish. Oh. So if you want to do, if for instance now, if I'm dealing with people that, if I want to do so, I cannot say, oh sorry, the house you bought, we can no more afford and refund their money. But we are not going to do that because we have been in the business. We know how this thing works. The person you don't make money from today, if you treat them well, they will bring other money tomorrow for something else. So.
That 1 million naira you are keeping, I mean 500k. Now you are waiting until the thing reach 5 million. Please invest it into something. Please.
Money should not be just kept in the bank. I tell people,
the difference is 20 million naira difference.
You don't do cash banking. You do
enjoying the same benefits.
No, you don't do cash banking. You do land banking.
Okay. So the next question that we have is what technological advancement do you believe will have the biggest impact on the future of real estate?
They're already existing, but not in this part of the world. We saw during COVID how China built a 1,000 units or 1,000 whatever hospital in 24 hours.
Wow.
We saw just last year or 2 years ago when Qatar built a stadium.
Yeah.
And then, demolished the stadium, offloaded. So there are a lot of technology. They already exist. You can build a house in 1 day. You can build a house in 3 days. You can build a house in 1 week. You can build a house in 1 month. You can build. There are houses that are prefabricated. You bring it, you just arrange it in less than 1 hour. In less than 10 hours, the house is completed. So those technologies are already existing, but not in this part of the world. And the reason is because of many. Number one, a lot of people in this part of the world are still traditional in their thinking. When you go to the different part of the world, you see brick houses, wooden houses. You see with different. But here now, if you build a brick house, they will be thinking it's a village mud. Yeah. They will say brick mud. Okay. So in their mind, they are thinking it's mud. But mud is not brick. They are two different things. But they will think, mud house. So that's the mindset of people in this part. So if you build a house, there are houses that people have built, brick houses, it didn't sell as expected. We have prefabricated houses, it didn't sell as expected. We have, I don't know what they have forgotten the name of this, but like a board, like Lumako, there's a particular kind of board that you can use to build, and it's fireproof, everything. People didn't buy it because they felt, if you go burn on the house, So you still need to educate people to be able to plug into those kind of technological stuff. So sometimes government should be the one to start. Because if government is building, for instance, that you are building a staff quarters, you are building an housing estate, and it is government owned, like staff quarters, like government, like the military, paramilitary, they have estate like police barracks, those things. You can do it because they are not buying the houses. It's staff quarters, so you are locating it to people. They will live there. They will now be the ones to say, I lived there for 10 years. This is good. They will now begin to market it. That's the way it works. So it's government that will take that risk, not private sector. Because if you take that risk, I remember when the hydrofoam brick, when they started in 2003, we did all those kind of things. I went to South Africa. We imported all those machines to be doing it. Nothing. It didn't work.
So you are saying this technological advancement are not something you are looking into in Nigeria for now?
In Nigeria for now, I'm not going to do that until people, if I have the market, if somebody comes to me now and say, I need 100 houses, can you do it at this particular price? Then I can say, we can be discussing. So say, of course, we can do this one. Are you okay with this? Are you okay with that? We can, we'll bring the whole house and arrange it in your estate. Just give us the land. We'll come and arrange the house. In less than 4 days, you will come there. 100 houses are there.
4 days.
The technologies are there. Yeah, that's 4 days for the arrangement, not the fabrication. We'll have fabricated.
Yes,
and
definitely.
then bring, and then 4 days, everything will be arranged. This technology, they have a friend in Ghana now, one of my partners, is doing 300 units now for the paramilitary there. He's there. I wanted to bring him for one of the meetings I did last year, GRIP, this meeting, Global Real Estate Executive Bootcamp. I wanted to bring him, but I just felt, we are not ready. Let me just I will bring him for the next one. If there's going to be a next one.
It's really a mentality thing because I know people that once they see houses completed in 1 month, ordinary duplex, they will say, this house. Now rush, fillers to go. So now telling people that in 4 days, though I don't think that's something that people
just village people.
So our next question says that with the growing popularity of real estate crowdfunding platforms and real estate investment trusts, how do you see this alternative investment reshaping the traditional real estate market?
Yeah, it's something we have been pushing because you see, you need to be innovative and creative about all the different industries that exist, and that's what disruption is all about.
Mm-hmm.
Crowdfunding is very important because not many people have the resources. And in this part of the world, debt is very expensive because you go to bank, the interest rate is crazy. So if you do crowdfunding, it's easier for you to collaborate with other people to get it done. So it's one of the good ways we have been trying to get people to plug into the real estate sector, and it's producing results. So right now, you can crowdfund to own land, you can crowdfund to own a house, and we call it fractional ownership. So instead of you alone owning one plot of land, for instance, now last month we did a promo. No, promo don't end now.
Promo don't end.
So we did a promo. So if, for instance, that last month when we did the promo for 3 million, if 30 people had 100,000 and they came together and bought that one plot last month, this month now is 6 million. We are back to the full price. So by crowdfunding, 30 people will own that one plot. They will still own this one now. If the 30 people can wait for 30 months,
the money they would.
The land can become 15, 20 million. Because Fort Milan Bridge, they have started already. So in 2 years, they'll finish in 4 years, but in 2 years, they'll open the first angle. So that means in 2 years, the land you bought last month for 3 million, that is now 6 million, can actually be 30 million. And those 30 people can share it.
So I think this leads back to what you said before, or what we said about investing first. So now those people plugged into the 50% discount. And so people probably paid 1 million and they're still paying now till July.
Yeah.
And now the price is back to 6 million naira. Yeah. So you said your 1 million naira was not enough, you're going to pay 6 million naira back for the land. So once again, invest. Yeah. Invest as soon as possible.
The same thing works for house. If for instance now you want to buy a house, let's say you want to buy a duplex in say somewhere in Lekki, 50 million, 3-bedroom terrace. If 10 of you
come together
for 5 million, you have the house. And that house, you'll be getting 5 million rent per annum. Wow. So that means with your 5 million, you own 10% of the house and 10% of the rent. So do you have a house in Lekki? Oh yes, I have a house in Lekki.
Yes, now you have. It's my house now.
It's my house because we are 10 of us now.
Yes. Okay, but just
and every year they pay 5 million, you collect your own 500.
So just to buttress this up, please, if you want to buy land with 30 people or buy a property with 30 people, just know that you need to have a lawyer involved.
Yeah.
Because we don't want anybody coming tomorrow and say I was cheated. So please make sure you get your lawyers involved before going into agreement because people change.
So MOU and partnership agreement needs to be involved.
Yes, please do that. What strategies can I use to increase the value of my investment properties?
Okay, so are we talking land or houses?
So let's talk houses.
Okay.
I invest into.
Okay, if you invest in a house and you want to increase the value of that house, then you can look at see what you can do in the environment, and then what you can do in the aesthetics, and then what you can do in the use. So let's look at those three. Okay. Number one, in the environment. So if, for instance, you have a house, you bought the house, and you discover that in that area, the road is not too good, or in that area, there is no street light, or in that area, there are a lot of things that are affecting the value of the house. You can now say, okay, for us to increase the value, let me talk to other landlords. Let us put money together and grade the road, and put NEPA poles, and put street lights, or do transformer. By the time the light is regular, the road is good, it has increased the value of all the properties. So that's one thing you can do externally. What you can also do externally, if, for instance, you discover that there's a refuse dump or there are miscreants and security risk in the area that is affecting the property, you can now say, okay, let's work with law enforcement in there, let's clear these people. And clearing them begins with gather them together, do a free seminar for them, feed them, and ask them what they can do for you to help them. Some of them may want to go and learn a trade. Some of them may want to go back to school. So you people put money together to empower them. So if they are now empowered, you can now clear them. Then people will no more be afraid. The refuse, work with a PSP, clear the refuse, clean up the area, or get people that you pay that will be packing the refuse, and that changes it from external. Number two is the aesthetics. So you can change the aesthetics of the house. So if you have a house, for instance, now, and it's just a basic house, you can decide to say, okay, instead of the painting, let us put panel. Or let us put glass. Let us put flags of different countries. Let us plant flowers. So there are a lot of things you can do. And that aesthetics If there is no water, you do borehole, you do CCTV, you do solar street light or solar compound light. All those things changes the value of the house. Then the use of the house itself. So if, for instance, you are using the house before, maybe just residential, you can make it a short-let apartment. And then it becomes something different. So those are some of the things you can consider in making sure that the property you have, you make it more valuable.
No, I just like the fact that every time you speak about making money, it involves hard work and putting in more money. So meaning if you even want to you want to increase your investment, you have to invest again into your investment to increase. So there's no shortcuts to this. There's no
shortcuts will cut you short.
Okay, so how do you handle legal issues? Property disputes, tenants grievance, disagreements. How do you just reduce the risk of them?
In business, one of the things we've told people is you need to study wide. So if you're a businessman in this country or in different parts of the world, you need to understand legal issues. You need to understand accounting. You need to understand a lot of things. So we say to people, anytime you're in business, anytime you're transacting with anybody, make sure your mind is already in court. Because that relationship that is starting out with laughter may end up with curses and bruises. So the same people that go to the altar to say I do, and they are the same people that will end up in divorce courts and be saying irreconcilable difference. So what you need to do is to protect yourself from the documentation and from the transaction from day one. And once that is done, that's why most MOU will always have mediation. That if there's any problem, we will settle it based on the law of Nigeria, or we'll settle it based on mediation. So all those things are documented in the agreement. So what I say to people is when you have any legal issue with people, start with mediation. Let's see how we can settle out of court. And if the people are now not reasonable, then we need to go to court.
Okay. So we've been talking a lot about investing into properties, investing into land. So I don't know if you have any, products or any property that you would like to tell people about that they can open that is safe.
Okay, today, let me talk about, since we've spoken about, let me give one land, one house.
Okay.
So let's go back to the Ikorodu. The Parable Gardens Ikorodu is now 6 million. And that 6 million covers for your land, documentation, and developmental due. So it's now 6 million. And at 6 million now, we can now give people 6 months to pay.
6 months. So you are here now 6 months. Yeah. You can spread it
so 1 million every month for 6 months. And then after the 6 months, we will now give them 2 years to be able to, keep the land before they build or whatever. Or
6 years? 2 years?
2 years after the 6 months.
Okay, 2 years after the 6 months.
Because, Fort Mainland Bridge has started already. So the place is... so
it's hot.
Even between now and December now, we may be talking 15 million for that land. Wow. Yeah, because they have started reopening the road in the estates. We are doing a lot of things. People are already building now. If you go there now, construction is going on. People are already building. We were there like 2-3 weeks ago. I will be there again another few weeks. So work is already going. People are already, so the place is, but by December, January, you'll be amazed that place is not.
It's not the same.
It's not the same anymore. So
do you still have the option of, 5-10 people buying?
No, that's what they have to decide among themselves. Now it's 6 million. 6 people can do 1 million and buy it and own it. 12 people can do 500,000. So they have to decide among themselves if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Because most of the time people say, oh, my friend, my girlfriend. What is the useless relationship you are doing if your relationship cannot lead to prosperity?
True.
Do you understand? And so if you are girlfriend, do girlfriend. Don't go just go and watch movie together. Gather money together to go and do investment together. If you are guys, you are meeting the club, you are going to watch a football match, buy land together. It will help you. And then we have 1 bedroom terrace apartments already completed in our estate in Agbara Atonta, Igu Estate. Okay. So there are 5 of them. I think somebody is buying 1 or 4 more now. So 4 of them. Yeah, 4 of them now available for pay and parking. And for that one is 8.5 million. So they can come and check it. All the documentations are there. Then 8.5 million you pack into your house. You are a landlord forever and ever. 8.5 million. But if they want to pay instrumentally, it will be 10.5. So they pay 5 million, and then the balance they pay within 6 months.
So that pay and packing, is it that I'm coming with my clothes or I'm coming with my furniture?
7 days.
No, I mean, when I'm coming.
Yeah, pay and parking, you come when, but it's not that the day you pay, you parking. No. So once you pay, you give us 7 days to do all your documentation.
Okay.
And also in 7 days, you can pack your clothes and your suitcase and your electronic and furniture.
Okay, I know, because some people used to say pay and parking means I'm coming with my clothes for 8.5 million naira.
No, it's not furnished. You know, like I don't know if it's in this edition or last edition. I spoke about carcass.
Yes. Yeah, last
semi-finished, finished and furnished.
Yeah.
So this one is finished, not furnished.
Okay.
If they want furnished, we have furnished at Arepo.
Okay.
Yeah, 50 million. 3-bedroom, fully furnished, state of the art, 50 million.
That apartment, I wanted to ask if it was a distressing, because 50 million naira.
No, it's not.
It's really
it's
luxurious.
Because we have already publicized it, and it's not costing us anything. You know, it's already a short leg. We're already making money.
Okay.
So we're not people. If I'm talking to you now, people are there now. So we are making money. People are paying. So 70,000 per night.
Wow.
But we want to move to that area, to move to another area because of the demo apartment we're doing, which is 12 units. So that's why we just thought, let's move so that we can have everything in one place. Since we already have our land, we have other places here.
Hello everyone, it's Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. We recently had an amazing birthday promo where I gave 50% discount on 54 plots in our estate in Ikorodu and Abuja. And it was an amazing opportunity for people to plug into very, very lucrative real estate investment. Many people took advantage of that, and I'm happy to announce to you that we're sold out right now, and we're already arranging allocation for people. But I wanted to do what I can to see how I can help other people, because many people were saying, oh, they wish they can still plug into it. So because of that, I'm giving you 2 new offers. For Genesis Estates in Abuja, we're going to be extending the 50% promo just for the next 50 plots. We're bringing 50 extra plots in Genesis Estate in Abuja. So instead of paying 6 million, you'll be paying 3 million naira only. And that money covers for the land, the documentation and developmental levy for Abuja only. So if you're interested, make that call right now to the numbers on the screen and plug into Abuja. A lot of people also said they wish they can have other opportunities in other locations that are cheaper. So what I've decided to do is to also do a 50% promo on our Igu Estate in Atonta. A plot of land in Igu Estate, Atonta, is 4 million naira. But we're doing a 50% promo for the first 50 people to plug in. So I'm calling that a summer promo. So between now and summer, as many people that will plug in, either 50 people or when the time elapses. So instead of paying 4 million naira, you pay 2 million naira for a plot of land in Igu Estate, Atonta. Igu Estate is off the Tongo Otaru Road, and that's, if you know Winners Chapel, Canaan Land. Okay, so it's just about 10 minutes away from Canaan Land. Once you get to the Atonta junction, you turn into the estate. It's a fully, developed estate with government approved layout. So call the numbers on the screen. You can go for site visitation and plug in. This is an opportunity you cannot afford to miss.
So you've heard from the Common Sense Guru himself. We have lands in Ikorodu for 6 million naira, and we have 1-bedroom terrace apartment for 8.5 million naira. Pay and parking. So I don't know if you've been following this edition. This is the second part, but one thing that I have taken from it is grab the opportunity whenever you see it. So tell your friends, speak to your lawyers, get your papers ready, and bring any amount you have. Just start investing, and before you know, your village is going to become a city. See you next time. My name is Precious Ochiagha. Bye.